So recently I've gotten the recommendation to check out Universe League. And let me just say, oh my god, thank you so much. Although just like every survival show, it is stressing me out. It feels like such a breath of fresh air compared to Project 7. Thank you so much for the amount of support I'm getting for the videos I'm creating right now. Recently, I've gotten 1,000 views, and it may not seem like a huge amount, but for me, it's a goal I've always wanted to reach, so thank you so much! So in this video, I will be reacting to the first episode of Universe League. I know I'm quite behind schedule. Around this week, episode 3 will air, but I've only found out about this show recently, so please don't attack me. I'm trying to get up to date a bit, but it's hard when you're already behind. So let's get into it. Hi guys, and welcome to a new video of Lololuutje. The concept of this show is actually really unique. It is kind of based off a sports competition, and I am definitely not a sports fan, but maybe this will do it for me to finally watch a match. There are 42 contestants in total. Thank you, Universe League, for making it only 42 instead of hundreds. Because how am I supposed to root for everyone if there are 100 contestants? Who will participate in a series of missions for the chance of debuting in a new K-pop group. Through a draft system, the judges divide the contestants into groups, and those groups get to compete against each other to hopefully win the Prism Cup? Prism and debut. The groups aren't final. The contestants can be traded into another group. Kind of like their football cards. The 3 teams and their judges are Groove with Lee Chang-suk, who is a famous singer-songwriter from the group BTOB. I've always thought it was BT Bob, but it's not. But BTOB. Then for the team Beat, the judges are Yugyeom, who is a famous singer-songwriter from the group GOT7, and El Capitan, who is a famous singer-songwriter and also a producer. And then lastly, the team Rhythm, which include the judges Ten and Yang Yang, who are both famous idols from the group NCT. And the MC of this show is none other than Jay Park. I know you got a fat ass.
I know you got a fat ass. You know I love a fat ass. Facts.
Unlike Project 7, the judges, basically capable, actually experienced people, are the ones to decide the future of the contestants instead of the public. Because the premise of episode 1 is of course to introduce all the participants. So the episode starts off with a very dramatic, sentimental montage which introduces everyone. Shortly after the introduction and the explanation, it already starts. Thank you, because that is such a step up from all the filling all the other shows have. But I won't share too soon because this is only episode 1. We'll have to keep watching to see if this will stay this way. The contestants have been put in groups prior to this and have been practicing a song they will perform group by group in front of the judges. After the performance, the judges will have 60 seconds to choose one of the participants of the group they want to join their team. If 2 or more of the judges pick the same contestant, the contestants get to choose one of the judges. The judges that didn't get chosen have to say their second pick. Okay, let's get into it. The first group that performs consists of only teenagers and will perform Thrill Ride. The contestants that are in this group are Anyu, Mak Nam Doyoon, Yo Gangdong, Jen Jen, and Park Juwon. Let's see my critique. For Anjul, I've written that he is a strong dancer with cute facial expressions. Mac is a strong dancer, but he wasn't that noticeable for me. Naneun, yeah. He is not that strong of a dancer as the rest. Doesn't mean he's bad. The others are just really good. He is a little bit shaky in the vocals, but I mean, who wouldn't have shaky vocals when you're performing in front of these judges? Pretty good stage presence though, which despite what I said, made him stand out. Yo Gangdong is a good dancer and had good facials. Jen Jen has pleasant vocals to hear. Not the best stage presence and a little voice crack, but again, that is understandable. Park Juwon, right off the bat, an amazing entertainer with great facials and a strong dancer with stable vocals. I see a lot of potential in him. Overall, it wasn't my favorite performance of all the performances I've seen, but it was definitely a strong performance to start off with, and they did great overall and were actually really in sync, which is hard if you haven't been a team before. Then, the picks of the judges. Beat chooses Park Juwon, groove Jen Jen, rhythm also Park Juwon. Park Juwon eventually chooses team rhythm. So, team Beat second choice is Anjul. The second group performed S-Class and consisted of Bae Jae-ho, Chien, Eito, Kairi, Kim Joo-young, and lastly Siren. Kim Joo-young had great stage presence and was very impactful. Chien really stood out to me, but I have absolutely no clue why. Maybe in future performances I will. Eito had good body control. He just needs to work on his angles a bit. Found his facials also kind of a bit bland. Bae Jae-ho had very strong vocals. His dance was a bit weak though. Not in terms of talent, but more in terms of power. Kairi is a very strong dancer. He didn't have that much expression, but contrary to Eito, he still stood out for me in terms of stage presence. And lastly, Siren is a very strong dancer and pretty stable. Overall, a very strong and impactful performance. Then for the judges' picks, Beat chooses Chien, Groove chooses Kim Joo-young, and Rhythm chooses Siren. The third group to performs Love Shot. Na, na, na. Okay. And includes Hiroto, Jang Kyung-ho, Jin Siming, Lee Ji-wei, Park Ji-hoon, Jung Shuaibo. It's the love shot. Hiroto kept averting his gaze, which is pretty unfortunate because when his eyes were fixed on the judges, he had a pretty powerful look and stage presence. Jang Kyung-ho, he and Ungi, who is also a participant in this show, I love him so much. Apparently were in a group together and something happened which made their relationship kind of break a bit. This show takes advantage of that so much because every time Jang Kyung-ho was on screen, the next shot was just a shot of Wongi. Every freaking time. In the other performances, this didn't happen. It was just this performance. So they're trying to milk this drama so much. I got so frustrated, but it's okay. Maybe it's the evil editing, but I don't like him. There is no actual reason, so this is bullshit, of course. But I would say I have pretty good intuition, and my intuition tells me that I don't like him. He had strong, stable vocals and good stage presence though. Just a bit too extra for me with the facials sometimes. Jin Siming is a strong dancer but fell flat a lot and was a bit boring to watch. I'm getting more harsh with my critique. It's not my intention to be mean, just to judge. Lee Ji-wei has very pleasant and good vocals. It was very pleasant to hear. He didn't have a lot of expression, but also not too much, which was nice during this performance. Park Ji-hoon is a very strong dancer. Jang Shuai-bo, Joshua? He resembles Joshua so much in my eyes. He had great stage presence and stable vocals. I found the critique of the judges a bit dramatic. They made it seem like the performance was really bad, which it was definitely not. I do agree with them that as the performance went on, the energy and overall presence went down quite a bit, and some of the contestants' facial expressions were a bit too over the top. But in general, it was a pretty good performance. Groove chooses Jang Kyung-ho, rhythm Jang Shuai-bo, and beat Park Ji-hoon, which they choose Park Ji-hoon because of his visuals, but when they look closer, they were questioning his looks. I think they just typed in the wrong person. Yeah. Next performance is Boomerang. I'ma come back like a boomerang, which includes Kenta, Kim Jin-ho, Kim Daeun, Kim Gi-jung, Kwon Hee-jun, and lastly, Royce.
Boomerang.
Hey! 솔직하게 말할게 나 같은 남자는 없어 내버 let's go
너만 보는 바보. Oh what? Boom 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 boom. Boomerang.
Kenta had a impactful performance right away. Stable vocals and stable dance. He did look a bit unsure what to do with his facial expressions, but he did great overall. Kim Jin-ho is a very strong and clear dancer, and I loved his energy so much. He also had stable vocals and nice facial expressions. Kim Daeun, when he got solo parts, he was amazing, but when he didn't, he kind of felt more like a background dancer. Kim Gi-jung had great and strong stage presence. He had a little voice crack, but quickly recovered and absolutely slayed. Kwon Hee-jun, there was nothing bad about his performance, he just didn't stand out to me. Royce had nice stage presence and pretty stable vocals. Overall, a pretty decent performance. It didn't make me feel a lot, but still a good performance overall. It was just sometimes a bit too much energy, even for me. Groove chooses Kenta, beat chooses Kim Jin-ho, rhythm chooses Royce. The next group performed naneun yeppeo replay. Oh, it's replay. Yeah, I wrote for every commentary naneun yeppeo, which included Ayumu Cha Eun-gi. I love him so much. He is such an icon, and I did not know he was in this. I am really glad that I found out he is in this, because I love him so much and I missed him and I really want him to debut. Daisuke, Kang Junhyuk, So Jung-woo, and Xi Yuksin.
누가 뭐랬던 난 너무 예뻐 그녀를 보는 난 미쳐 하지만 이제 지쳐 replay replay replay.
It is surprising that there are a lot of contestants in this group with no actual training, because this group absolutely slayed. Ayumu is a very good dancer with good stage presence. Eun-gi, the icon you are! His stage presence and charisma on and off stage are insane and incredible, and I love him. Daisuke is a pretty good dancer and has good stage presence. He fell during the performance, but he immediately recovered, which is an amazing quality if you want to be a performer. Kang Junhyuk had very good stage presence and I loved his vocals. So Jung-woo, I really liked his vocal tone and facial expressions. Xi Yuksin is a strong dancer with strong stage presence. This group definitely did not lack in stage presence, and they did an an incredible job. It's not my favorite song, props because I heard it too much already, but they slayed and made it so entertaining to watch. And I agree with the judges that this felt like an actual team. They showed great chemistry, which is hard if you just met people. Beat chooses Cha Ungi, Groove chooses So Jongwoo, and Rhythm chooses Daisuke, whose reaction was so freaking cute. I love him. I love him already. He's my new Choi Ji-young. If he gets eliminated, I'm literally gonna cry. The next group performed One and Only and consisted of Hae Junyin, James, Kim Donghyun, Park Yeonjun, Yuito, and finally JL.
Please not the one and only. One and only. Please not the one and only.
Hae Junyin wasn't that noticeable for me, but he had very sweet facial expressions. James felt really comfortable on stage and had good stage presence and stable vocals. Kim Donghyun carried himself with good swag and had good stage presence. You know, I said this before about swag. I love swag. If you're doing a rap bit, you have to have that kind of swag for the rapping part to come off as an actual rap part and not a talking a song part. And he had that, so Park Yeonjun, I liked his voice. Yuito had very good stage presence and he carries himself really well on stage. JL, words can't even express how talented this man is. I already know he's going to be the star of the show and is going to debut. I don't even need to watch the show anymore to know he's going to debut. Overall, I think I like this performance the most out of all of them, which is hard because the skill of all of these contestants on this show is insane. I have no clue where they found them. In general, I don't know where they find these participants and how you can sign up. If somebody knows in the comments how you can sign up and find these kind of shows, let me know. I'm kind of like a child. If you give me a lot of bright colors and distractions and smiles, I'm pretty sold. And this performance obviously had those. With me, it's one or the other. Give me a bright, energetic, cute performance, or give me a very sad, dark performance. Or quite a sexy performance, but we're not gonna... that is another category in my books in itself. I enjoyed watching this performance a lot, and the judges luckily as well. Beat chooses JL, Rhythm also chooses JL, which Junyin already pointing at JL made me feel really bad. I mean, I would too, because it was kind of obvious that JL was gonna be the choice, but still. And Groove also chooses JL. JL eventually chooses Team Rhythm. Beat's second choice is Kim Donghyun and Groove's second choice is James. Last team to performs Siren and included Jang Fang, who is a top teams member. There are a lot of top teams members. I think they were just sick of their group not being famous and they just simultaneously thought, fuck it, let's just do one of these survival shows and maybe do get famous. Kim Yotae, Koo Hanso, Lee Jinuo, Park Han, and Steven. Jang Fang is a very strong dancer and had really good stage presence. His footwork and floor work were so freaking amazing. Holy crap. Kim Yotae looks like he loved performing, which I love watching. He wasn't that noticeable overall, even though he had multiple parts. Koo Hanso had swag, which I said before, I love. He did get understandably kind of tired around the end. Lee Jinhwa, he had strong facials and dance, but he wasn't that consistent in his energy. Same as Koo Han-so, his energy kind of dropped around the end. But this is a really, really hard choreography, and to sing and deliver on stage simultaneously at the same time is really tiring. So it is very understandable that they got tired towards the end. Park Han, how does he not have any training before this? He had very good stage presence and strong dance skill and consistent energy. He is very promising. With a little training, he is definitely debut ready. Then lastly, Steven had good stage presence and consistent energy, which truly made him stand out. This is a freaking difficult song, but they freaking pulled it off. And very good as well. Wow, wow, wow. It was a very strong performance, which felt like watching a already debuted group. The judges agreed. Groove chooses Park Han, Rhythm chooses Steven, and Beat also chooses Park Han. And Park Han eventually chooses Groove to Lee Chang-sep's surprise. Beat's second choice is Jiang Fang. The teams have been formed, but the unchosen contestants still get the chance to prove themselves to the judges before getting possibly eliminated. But that's in episode 2. If I were a team, I would call it Flow. You get it? Flow. Low. Okay, that's hard. And if I were to pick a member from each song, for Thrill Ride, I would pick Park Ju-won. For S-Class, Kairi. Love Shot, Jang Shuai-bo. Boomerang, Kim Jin-ho. For Replay, Kang Jun-hyuk, with Cha Eun-gi as an honorable mention because I just love him. For One and Only, JL. And for Siren, Steven. Overall, the members that stood out to me the most, without the specific teams, were Park Ju-won, Jang Shuai-bo, Kang Jun-hyuk, Woong-gi, JL, Steven, James, Kim Dong-yoon, Jiang Fang, and Park Han. I am definitely keeping my eye on them. All of these contestants, actually, they all are very promising for idols. My thoughts after I've watched episode 1, I am very intrigued by this show. It has a very different premise from what I've seen before, and the fact that there are actual judges judging the performance, let's hope that their critique will be judge-worthy, because although I really like including the watchers, I'm seeing it right now with Project 7, it does not work. People will have favorites from episode 1 and they'll only vote for them, and that is scary. For the end, I am just really excited for the next episodes. I will be reacting to episodes 2 and episode 3 coming up. I don't know if it already will be posted when I've posted this video, but I will also be reacting to that. So stay tuned for that. And for now, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. Let me know if you agree with my critique, or if you have other critique, or just have something to say in general, let me know. And if you also have a recommendation for me to react to, or a video you want me to make, also let me know. I really love reading your comments, and I try to react to every one of them because I like interacting with my watchers. If you like the video, please give a like. And if you want to see more of my videos and never miss one, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell next to it so you never miss one. And for now, thank you again so much. I love you guys. Bye bye!